Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is another beautiful spring day here in Washington State. It is. The weather's actually been good for the past few days. So the main focus of today's video, which you might be able to tell from the title of this video, is we're doing a little 6-month update. It's 7 months, been 7 months really, but we're going to call it a 6-month update on the Leatherman Free P2. Yeah, bought it 7 and some change months ago, and I've been carrying it every single day ever since. So I have some thoughts on it that I'd like to share with you, and figured it might be kind of interesting. I will leave timestamps in the description below, as I try to do as often as possible, just so you can skip through to whatever interests you. There's going to be some other elements to today's video, obviously, a little bit of a vlog element, but yeah, if you'd like to skip through, just look below in the description and feel free. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Boy, it is busy. I forgot how busy it gets when the weather is nice. Alright, I'll check in with you guys here in a little bit. Alright guys, and just like that, we are back home. You get to excuse any barking in the background. It's my neighbor's 3 dogs. So just try to ignore it like I do. Yeah, as you can see behind me, there's an absolute train wreck of stuff. A lot of fishing gear, a lot of tools. There's a bin that I haven't even gone through yet. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But yeah, what you're not seeing is the rest of the mess over here. So what I'm gonna try to do rather quickly, because I don't feel like spending all day doing this, is get everything pulled out, get it cleaned up, get it ready to roll for the rest of the season. So. Alright, and through the magic of time-lapse, we are done. Cleaner than it was. You can actually see the desk now. Yeah, I recently did some spring cleaning. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video that I put up, but threw all my reloading supplies, and pleasantly surprised at how much stuff I have and how close I am to being able to reload again. So I got some tools put away, got some trash thrown away. Yeah, I'm gonna finish unloading the Civic. I got all my fishing rods in there, so I'm gonna get that unloaded and stuff like that, and then we will get to talking about the Leatherman Free P2. Alright y'all, it is later on in the evening. It is almost 6:30, and I'm just out here on the front porch enjoying the sights and the sounds, and the trees are budding and the grass is growing like crazy. I've got to cut it again. Everything's covered in pollen today, so that's yeah, it's just this time of year, and I love it. So glad we got some things accomplished today. More to do tomorrow, but now to the main subject, the main topic of today's video, the Leatherman Free P2. And it's been just over 7 months since I bought the thing and started carrying it every single day. So yeah, I bought it at my local sporting goods store. I could have purchased it online, but I went down to my local sporting goods store, and they happened to have one, $130, which I think is what you find them for online, so I figured I'd pick it up right then and there. Initial fit and finish out of the box was just great. I did do an initial impressions video on the P2. If you want to check that out, I'll leave that as a card up in the corner here. So this has been my daily carry. That was my whole idea behind getting it. I needed a good EDC tool. I had been carrying previously the Leatherman Free T4, which is just kind of a little pocket tool, similar to like a Swiss Army knife in size. I love that thing. That thing was a great tool to me. I still have it. I beat the shit out of that thing, and it's always come back for more. So I was carrying the T4, and I was just kind of transitioning to a point in my daily needs that I needed a set of pliers, a good set of pliers and cutters, and maybe a couple more tools, and I was willing to give up some more pocket space. So for some reason I went and bought the Signal, thinking I could EDC it, and I covered that in past videos, so I'm not really going to dive into that in this video, but long story short, it didn't work out. So I found myself in need of a good EDC tool, and I was looking at the P4, the P2. I'd handled the P4 previously, and I, liked the tool set, and kind of got familiar with the action and how it felt, everything like that. So, but there were some features and tools of the P4 that I really didn't need, and so I began looking at the P2, and I got my hands on the P2 when I was in, I think it was the last time I was in Moses Lake, out over the mountains visiting Mike before he moved to the East Coast, and we were at Sportsman's Warehouse there, his local sporting goods store at the time, and yeah, I got this in my hands, and I was like, ooh, it's got everything I need, nothing I don't, and yeah. So when I got back home here, I picked it up, and here we sit. So yeah, it's been a good tool. I have carried it every single day, utilizing the pocket clip, which is still in perfect condition. It's gotten hung up on a couple things here and there, but it's always sprung right back to original shape, so I haven't had to bend it back or anything yet. Replacement pocket clips for the Free Series tools are extremely cheap through Leatherman and readily available, so that's always a nice thing. It's been a great tool. There hasn't been many hiccups. There's only been one major hiccup. I wouldn't even call it a major hiccup. We'll get into that in just a second. Alright, so let's slide right into what tools I've used the most and how they've worked for me. We'll start out with the scissors because I use them quite often, being a fisherman, tying knots, trimming tag ends, yada yada. You find yourself in need of a good pair of scissors, and the ones that come on the Free P2 are the same ones that were on my T4. Very familiar with them, same size, same cutting action, really sharp right out of the box. They do get dull, just like anything. They are easily touched up with a ceramic, so right out of the box they cut fishing braid, up to 50-pound fishing braid, cleanly, and that's quite a task in my book. Fishing braid's pretty tough stuff, so yeah, that covers the scissors. Scissors have been used a ton, and they probably need a touch-up, to be honest. Moving right along to the other side of the tool, we've got the sort of a combination tool here. That is the flathead pry tool slash box opener. It's got a little bevel on there, you can see. It's somewhat sharp, so it'll cut through packing tape, things like that. But it is a good flathead, first of all, and a pry tool, it works pretty well. I put some pretty good pressure on this thing here and there. Sometimes to the point where I thought it might snap, and it hasn't bent, hasn't snapped. It's just thick. Covers any kind of prying I might do day to day in my life, to be honest. Opening paint cans, things like that. So next up would be the Phillips. Gets a ton of use. Obviously Phillips screws are everywhere, Phillips heads are everywhere, and this is a pretty good one. I've heard some people complain about this, but I haven't had any issues with it. So I guess some people have had issues with it rounding really easily, and that hasn't been the case for mine. It's still in great condition after plenty of use. And of course you've got the bottle opener right there. So solid tool, plenty of stock, just like the pry tool. I think it's just maybe a little bit skinnier. Could be the same thickness, but either way it's been good. Lastly would be the pliers on the list of most used tools. Yeah, these are good pliers, good cutters, and they've gotten plenty of use. It is amazing how many things you fix when you have the tools you need on you. Little screws that need tightening here and there, stuff like that. So yeah, solid tool, love the action, love the tool set, love the noises it makes, which is kind of funny. And yeah, it's been a solid tool, and I haven't really found myself wanting anything different on the tool set. I guess the only thing I could think of, if I really had to pick something, it would be the interchangeable bit changer. Interchangeable bit changer? Is that how you say that? That's what we're going with. Yeah, the bit changer. That'd be kind of cool. I don't really find that I need all these different kinds of bits on a daily basis. I know a lot of people do, but I don't. So, all right, on to that little issue that I had with this thing. The only issue that I've had, and I guess it would be classified under a fit and finish issue, is 2 of the screws backing out. No Loctite, no blue Loctite from the factory. Was on these screws when I took them out and put my own blue Loctite on them, but yeah, so what I found was happening is that when I opened the tool one-handed and just did that, these tools on either side would fly open, and it just annoyed the crap out of me, and it just meant that these screws were backing out. It's the only gripe I have about the whole experience of this tool so far. Quickly fixed with a couple drops of blue Loctite, and tighten it back up and you're good to go. And it's been good ever since. As you see, I just opened that and the tools stayed in just like they're supposed to. So future content on this, I'll check in at a year and give you a long-term review of this thing. This was just kind of a 6-month check-in, half a year check-in of sorts. Don't really consider it a full review. But yeah, we'll check in at a year and we'll see how things have went and if my needs have changed, and yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on all that kind of stuff. So, all right, to end this whole thing out, I guess I'll show you what I've been carrying today, knife-wise, and that is, it is Monday, so the Mannix Monday. Still my favorite knife I own. I love the all black, and S30V, pretty basic, but I've got a really good edge on this thing that I put on this thing. Yeah, it's a great knife, and I can easily recommend it to anyone. This has been a great knife, and God, I've had this thing for probably 2 years now, and it's just been good. I think that's gonna end it out for this video today. I got a couple things I need to wrap up out here. Thinking about washing the Mustang because it is covered in pollen and needs it. So I think I got enough daylight left where I might be able to accomplish that. So thanks for sticking with it and staying tuned. Appreciate the continued support on the channel, guys. It means a lot. Seemed like you guys enjoyed the last video I put up, the catch and cook. Kind of an unplanned catch and cook, but yeah, I really had fun editing that one together, and I thought it came together pretty well, and I think you guys thought so too. Next time you see me, you might be camping at Seebeck Scenic Beach State Park. Alright guys, later.